Good morning, everyone. Welcome back for more Wuthering Waves. In this episode, we continue to work really hard on the story, and my chat decided to bully me pretty hard at one point. I hope you look forward to joining me, and without further ado, let's hop into the game. Alright. Bye, Gobstopper Man.
The area's a mess, but it doesn't look like a war zone. Someone was hurt and dragged away.
That looks like burning embers, not blood.
Look, there are many footprints here. These are traces left by a fight. Someone was injured.
I know that they were kind of pressed for time.
I see.
I know that they were pressed for time because they had to redo the whole story right at the end, after the closed beta tests, but I would die for more show and less tell.
The Fraxidus is likely behind it all.
The what?
The Fraxidus?
Thank you.
Yes. I don't know much about the Fraxidus, but as an outrider, I've worked on related cases.
Yeah, and I've mentioned that I've been writing for a very, very long time, and one of the big things in writing and story development and making a good story is showing, not telling. And so this just kind of goes against everything that I've been taught and everything that I've practiced for so long and everything that I want from a story because it's doing so much telling and not showing.
It's a group of extremists obsessed with fusing humans with tacit discords. They've caused terror attacks of various scales around the world.
So they're just Nina-ing people.
Fusing humans and tacit discords.
We've seen signs of their presence in Jinzhou, left by lower-ranked members called artificers.
Our voice actor is not amazing. She's super monotone, and I know that I have absolutely no room to critique her because my voice is notably monotone, but I wish that she was just a slightly better voice actor.
Above the artificers are the overseers, leaders with eerie abilities and unknown intentions. They pose a far bigger threat. No one knows their true intentions. Some members speak of world destruction, while others claim they seek eternal power. And there is one particularly insane overseer. He's crazy even by Fraxidus standards. A man who sees no order and revels in destruction. I've seen similar cards in the physical evidence file of the Fraxidus-related cases. They belong to this one overseer I'm talking about. They call him Scar.
They have such a crazy organization name like Fraxidus, and his name is Scar.
If he's responsible for what happened to these villagers, who knows what kind of cruel and twisted atrocities he's capable of.
I would assume he's Scar, because he just introduced himself and he's got this big fucking scar.
If you need to hear it from me, then yes, I am Scar.
They actually have mouth bags, which I should explain that. In 3D modeling, you have the inside of the mouth is what's called a mouth bag, so that it can expand and contract and such for the various jaw movements, and usually you'll model down just a little bit into their throat.
Cruel and twisted maniac.
At least he's self-aware.
We deserve a meeting free of such disturbances, don't you agree? Well, let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. Forget about that irrelevant person, will you? I have a lot to share with you. To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories.
I don't care about your questions, I want mine answered. Without you taking steps closer.
I'll tell you then.
He's got Ankh earrings.
Before you knew anything about this world, You were already the center of conflict.
Oh good, I knew I was perfect.
You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. Forces have been fighting for possession over you. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. You are a living, breathing person, but you're just a pawn to many. That's why I'm here, because I see you as a dear friend, and I want to tell you the truth. I am so sorry for everything you're about to face.
And a liar. And he's got like a bomb on his chest or something. Yeah.
You could say I'm looking forward to your choice. My goal is simple. I just want to deepen our mutual understanding, nothing more. Come on. Observe the surroundings a little more and tell me what you see.
I do like stories that you realize late in the story that you have been on the wrong side the whole time, but they're so rare because they're hard to pull off. I want more of those though.
About this world, your true desires will surface, and our little game will become even more entertaining.
Like they did that in Heavensward with Final Fantasy, but I want something that's more dramatic.
And before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time with you. That's all.
I don't think they did anything.
Why do you have to assume we are the culprits?
It's like I don't think that they can open one of the tacit rifts or whatever they're called.
You should be asking me what actually happened here. I won't tell you everything just yet. That's too boring. As I said, why don't you take a look around and see for yourself?
We already did.
So go ahead. What do you see?
I don't think it was a ritual. Like, because the one that we originally encountered during the tutorial just opened on its own.
Bravo! Didn't think you'd catch on to that. Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn?
Neither. The dialogue options are definitely strange.
The age-old tale of savage wolves and helpless lambs. Good and evil as clear as day. It's a tired story that people cling to in their mundane lives. Oh, how it keeps them in check. But let me ask you this. Do you truly believe the real world can be that simple?
Yes.
Let me give you a couple more tips. The truth is far more complicated than you think. First, who are the players in our tale?
I don't know. I'm like 2 hours out of the tutorial.
An innocent girl, a revered leader, and a flock of simple villagers.
Okay. So at least he is suggesting that he knew the village before this happened.
Next, what makes up our main plot? False devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, and the one vulnerable soul pushed onto a path of destruction by the masses. Now,
They keep doing lonely thirds, which I can explain that later if we want.
I'm eager to hear your version after you've learned more.
Wants me to go explore more, fine. Is this a second weird tacit discord or the same one? I'm guessing it's the same one. A crumpled page from a children's book rests on a torn piece of diary paper with childish handwriting. Hi, I'm Blank. I found a new home and the nice uncle gave me this cool new book to write in. Our old home was scared by monsters, so we went on a super long journey to find this new place. I asked when Mommy and Daddy will catch up with me, and Uncle said really soon. Can't wait for them to join us here. The new place is so sunny and has a huge tree that grows peaches. Not many people from here go to the big city, though. I just want Mommy and Daddy to find me quick. Today it's my birthday. Everyone is being really nice, saying I'm their lucky charm because I can keep those mean monsters away. I'm really happy and everyone likes me lots. We had cake and noodles and I got presents too. It's been forever since I saw Mommy and Daddy though. Hope they come back. Will they come back? This marks my 4th birthday here and our village head made it official I'm his daughter now. But before that, everyone has already been taking care of me and shared with me delicious meals. My father told me I'm a child of the Cheecher village and I should consider myself lucky. I'm really fortunate to be loved by so many people. Even though my powers are still small, I'll do my best to continue protecting the village from being invaded by tacit discords.
Our story begins here.
I thought you wanted me to investigate on my own, bitch.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, lived a flock of carefree lambs. In the day, they toiled for food, and when evening fell, they sought refuge from the looming threat of wolves. Fables, stories told and retold through the ages. The ancient art of conveying hidden truths through fiction. But they always draw from real life, don't they?
Yes, they do.
The same story gets told by many, and each person brings their own spin, their own focus. Whatever you learn from it is just one of countless different interpretations, like us now, caught in a carefully crafted plotline, a scheme I had no hand in. This village marks the beginning of my story with Jinzhou. So that magistrate led you here to meet me.
Ooh, more thunder.
Such a clever move on her part.
That was an abrupt image change. Like, I would have expected it to fade out for at least, like, give me 3 frames of fade at least. This guy is definitely, like, leading us around. Wonder if that's, like, the child or something? The tree branches are loaded with paper slips, each containing someone's wish. The words on most of the notes are soaked and no longer legible. Will this really work? If it does, I wish I could stand up again. I want money. I want enough money to last a lifetime. Amazing. Thank you, Lord Blank. My legs have truly healed. No, Mother just died and left me some money, but I don't want my wish to come true with this blank. I want my mother back. I want blank back. Strange, it did make me stronger, but lately I seem to be getting weak again, and I can't blank my body without blank. Is it because I haven't sacrificed enough blank? Blank, please, please, please don't take away my wish. I'll give you anything. Is this really what we all wanted? Another crumpled page from a children's book, half buried in the mud.
One day, a shepherd visited the village. The shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. The lambs, drawn in by his words, soon lived in comfort and security. No, quite the opposite. The shepherd's arrival is only the beginning. With a wave of his hand, the shepherd could grant their every wish.
Doesn't sound like they were really
His
granted,
flock
though.
obeyed, bowing their heads, pleading for better food and shelter. They no longer had to struggle for survival, as their once meager lives were replaced with endless luxury. The flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-god, praising him and holding him in the highest regard. What's wrong? Does my story make you uncomfortable? Imagine you were one of those lambs, facing irresistible temptation and pressure from your peers. Wouldn't you bow down and beg for food from your master? Oh, so we agree already. You are
Interesting.
right. But the world we live in falls short of our ideals. The shepherd still reigns, and the lambs have grown complacent.
I feel like those are also definitely goats.
It's up to the two of us to make that ideal world a reality.
There's a quiet beeping that's not the normal beeping, but I feel like it's just part of the audio here. But I'm not sure what it is. I don't think you guys would even be able to hear it, probably. I really hope we can finish this segment, like talking to Scar and such, before I have to leave. A crumpled page from a children's book silently resting on the ground.
Endless bonfire
The lambs
parties,
oops, sorry.
celebrating their new god every night. Except, as each night passed, it was the only one to notice how its flock was dwindling away. Rover, do you think someone
It's
will
okay.
give you what you want?
Don't you worry. I
without
appreciate it
taking
so much, though.
anything from you?
Give you what you want without taking anything.
I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get my desired outcome.
That took me so much by surprise. I'm blushing so hard. I have heard that my voice is calming, but I've never been told my voice is hot. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm a fucking tomato.
But true equality
We're gonna keep
is
listening to
scarce.
Scar.
Always has been. The world was never a fair place. Wouldn't you agree? Cool retribution, one must give more and more and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully. When they can make someone else bear the price, they all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day pay for another's selfish desire.
Lobster, you never told me my voice was hot. I don't remember that. It is Scar. Rocco, welcome back from your lurking. The Scar has saved me from my blushing. Oh gosh, it like goes white for a frame before switching back to normal. How many more of these are there? You find some markings on the walls. As you lean in closer to look, you notice some faint markings on the wall. We did this? We noticed markings twice? Do I have the voice for this? No, Roka, I understood, don't you worry. I mean, like, I know that I have a calming voice, and I know that, like, I've been told in the past that I sound like Mystech when I'm doing raid calls. If you don't know them, they are a Final Fantasy, like, raid educator. They do raid guides for Extreme Trials and Savage content. No, I didn't know this. I'm listening to my VODs like, wow, my voice is higher than I thought, and then I do things like squeaking and loudly yelling with my head all tipped back. I wouldn't expect my voice to be hot the slightest. We're ganging up on me now. We're gonna continue looking at the wall and noticing markings over and over. Words like monster, witch, banish her, and all her fault are written thickly on the wall. It's graffiti. A crumpled page from a children's book silently resting on the ground. These are definitely plants. Like, if the like wish markers or wish notes were wet, then so would these be.
Later, the shepherd
was just cooking it.
blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual, but the black lamb was nowhere to be found.
The black lamb has some sexy horns. F to his onigiri? I'm confused by that.
Introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One that our black lamb violated by telling the truth. Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes because no more sacrifices were being made.
Can you explain the onigiri thing to me, Roka? I'm very confused.
After witnessing the Black Lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, what do you suppose the White Lambs did?
I'm guessing his design changed at some point.
Little did they know the most fearsome demon was right under their noses.
Gotcha, okay. Man, that's gotta be like a photosensitivity hazard. That flash. Oh my god, how much are you gonna talk, dude? How much are we gonna talk? I only have 20 minutes left. And so I'm wary of getting into a long dialogue because I wanna, like, you know, raid somebody. His silly zipper on. Oh my god, I remember seeing screenshots of that and people were like, no! But they made too much fun of it. I forgot about that. I didn't realize it was him.
Now, I wonder, what is your takeaway from this story? Answer me and I'll reveal the truth of what happened.
I love that it was the fucking, at least I assume, villain that had such a silly design that people were making fun of it.
Who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs?
That's why you have to, like, really, really look at designs and oh my god, look at designs and vet them with multiple people before releasing them.
Indeed,
God,
the direct culprit was the shepherd.
like when I was doing my my design that's soon going to be a PNG tuber, I ran it by so many people as I was working on it and got like different opinions for like which exact hairstyle, which outfit, which color palette, just like every little thing I ran by people.
He held all the power, fulfilling wishes at a price. The lambs knew the risks, yet succumbed to temptation. Unfortunately, in the face of such temptation, they disregarded all the hidden risks, as disaster had yet to befall them.
He's talking about Amazon, by the way.
If they were given another chance, I believe they would still choose the same path. Inevitably, they accepted their fate and paid the price when their time came. Now, my second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes?
I mean, it would be their lives and kind of their sincerity. You know what? You know what? Shut up.
For the most valuable thing they had to offer.
She's making fun of me because I'm kind of a twig.
Here's my final question. What happened to the Black Lamb?
I was probably fucking killed.
No rush, Rover. Take your time.
I really want to think that they introduced this dialogue as like you clicked too quickly after the last one, but that's probably not the case. He probably would have said it anyway. And yes, Roka, figure skating. I just started. I'm only like 3 months in, but I'm doing classes with, so I have my private lesson and then a class after that, which is like on ice practice and then off ice workouts and practice and such. And I am the oldest in that class by about 10 years, minimum of 10 years. And I'm also the newest in that class. The newest figure skater in that group, other than me, has been figure skating for 3 years. And so I'm so glad that I'm mentally in the place that I am, that I can go there and do that and suck ass and still feel okay about myself. It's not competitive at all. I'm not doing competitions. I'm just doing this for me. It's just they have more experience, and so they're like doing these amazing jumps and spins and just like whipping around the ice, and I'm struggling to learn backwards crossovers. So I was murdered.
Was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock found out the truth, but chose to be his accomplices, and they willingly offered the black lamb as another sacrifice.
Oh, you taught yourself. Oh my god. I started to try to teach myself some figure skating stuff, and like I taught myself crossovers, but it turns out that the way that I was distributing my weight during them was incorrect. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you simply can't teach yourself with it, just because it's so fucky. Like for they're called free turns. They are those little like quick flick turns on one foot. What, Roka? Yuri on Ice? I've never seen that. Please don't enlighten me. But so those free turns, you start off on the curve on one foot. You have to have your lifted toe touching the back of the other heel. Your hip has to be lifted. Your arms have to be in a very specific position. And then in order to actually do the turn, you bend your leg, turn, and lift your leg at the same time, like the leg that you're standing on. So you bend, unbend, and turn at the same time, and then re-sync. And it's just, there's so much body stuff. I actually don't watch much anime, if I'm completely honest. I got into VTubing and the VTubing community in a really, really weird way, not through anime.
That's right.
I'm trying to get through this dialogue before I have to leave. Because I know that he's probably going to talk for another 3 years.
Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs.
I love that it's actually animated now.
A shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance.
Oh yeah, YouTube tutorials would help for sure, but it's the physics of it is so weird.
Over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, Roka.
The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, he wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was
Not necessarily
shunned by
early.
its
I have a hard cutoff.
left without
I have to leave
shelter
soon.
or sustenance.
So, unfortunately, I do have to
After the black
stop at a
lamb's
specific
exile,
time instead of just
lambs
going for like
continued to
5
vanish.
hours. Which, that'll be better for my voice.
Blamed the black
And then we can do
lamb
Monday for
breaking
longer.
rules, and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment.
Yes, Monday birthday stream.
From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them.
God, and that thing. Yeah, birthday stream. My birthday's on Monday, the 24th, so we're gonna be playing a surprise game on that day.
Wish. It was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. And so they continued
Thank you.
to play
I'm
the
pretty
game.
excited for it.
They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again. Until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life.
I feel like your life couldn't be happy in this case. Oh, that was cool.
And that of the shepherd's great pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts.
The audio mixing rates here not good. Are you? You have my Discord. You can just DM me there.
Ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground.
Keeps resetting the location of my mouse.
How do you like my story, Rover?
I want you to speak in plain terms.
What really happened here? I suppose you already have it figured out? The black lamb who rebelled against the rules, and the white lambs who succumbed to their greed. The innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on each other in a ruthless frenzy. They had it coming.
That suggests that you do have
All
something
the
to do with
shepherd
it.
had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check and maintained the status quo. Fun answer, but no. Not even close. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. The one who breaks the rules.
Oh, and I have to take the cake to my grandmother's house too. Oh, I have so much to take her over there.
Rover. I'm liking you more.
He
and
is, yeah.
more. Well then, let's see if this black lamb is going to end up like you say.
I am curious about his cause, though. I want this to be a game that we've been fighting on the wrong side this whole time. I really do. Are you gonna make me fight you? And that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's video. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Wuthering Waves. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.